I think Dr. Mike stole your reviewing medical shows idea. Did a certain Instagram doctor steal this idea from you? Dr. Mike copied this series. Absolutely, that's what I was thinking. Do you follow Dr. Mike on YouTube? Question mark, smiley face. Dr. Hope Sick Notes, a channel real Dr. Mike is copying your style with reacting to House and The Good Doctor without crediting inspiration or anything. Thank you to everyone that sent me comments and messaged me about this topic. I wanted to make this video just to draw a line under the whole thing. I've tried to sort it out with Dr. Mike, both publicly and privately, but just not heard anything. In fact, I've been blocked from his channel, I think. I'll talk about that in the video. So I don't want it to distract from what I started this channel, what I wanted to do the channel. And so, you know, this is a video just to explain how I feel about everything, where everything's at, and hopefully take some positives out of it. So let me just explain what happened. Okay, so there's been quite a striking similarity between Dr. Mike's latest 3 videos and my top 3 videos I have on my channel. Now, first of all, this is not a big deal. As a doctor, you kind of get used to figuring out what a big deal is. You see life-changing things that are really important on a daily basis. But so I'm not mad about it, I'm not upset about it, but it is slightly irritating, but probably not for the reasons that you think. So I'm going to talk about some general concepts about why ideas are important and how we should treat them in the kind of YouTube community through the prism of, you know, what's happened with me and the big YouTuber Dr. Mike. Firstly, I in no way want Dr. Mike or any kind of YouTuber to not do the content that they enjoy and that the audiences really like. Clearly, it's not just the idea. Dr. Mike has brought to it his personality, his kind of production team, and have turned it into something that is, you know, kind of much better than my kind of offering, or, you know, at the very least a different thing. So I totally appreciate that. But the issue is that when I approach him about this, that I got kind of blocked or spammed on the channel. I'll talk to you a little bit later. And I believe that our value is in these ideas is to kind of support the community of YouTube. Again, I'll talk about that a bit later. The reason why I started my YouTube channel was to explain medicine in simple terms, because when I work in the emergency department, I find myself saying a lot of the same things to people when they come in. So there's a lot of common misconceptions. As you can see, my early videos were kind of popular, but nowhere near the popularity that I was having. So I kind of went down and tried to develop an idea of how could I make how can I deliver the knowledge in a more fun way, in a way that can sort of meet the audience halfway. Because someone doesn't really want to sit down and hear someone just talking about illnesses. They kind of need to have some kind of context. So I thought back to before I was a doctor, and I used to love medical TV shows. So I thought that's a brilliant kind of meet halfway. People enjoy these shows, they get a little bit of medicine, and then I could review each episode, talk about exactly what was happening on the screen, add some of my personal ideas, and add some good medical learning as well. And that way, when people watch it, they feel entertained initially because they like the story and the characters that the writers of these shows are so good with, and then at the end of watching the review they feel fulfilled as well when they come away with it, because they've learned some stuff and seen how it meets with reality. So that was the idea that I came up with. People may think it's just a really obvious idea, but all good ideas are obvious ideas. So to see another doctor kind of doing that thing and it having such a massive appeal of like millions of people liking it is really, really cool. And obviously Dr. Mike being a family doctor and me being a hospital doctor and he being a US doctor and me being a UK doctor, there's plenty of scope there for like lots of different views, not just us, but other people that want to talk about it. So on the face of it, there's no real issue here, but it all comes down to this kind of acknowledgement of stuff that's come before, and I'm going to talk about it in 2 ways, kind of the 2 kind of backgrounds I have of why we should acknowledge kind of ideas and works that has come before. So to me, that is the real value of YouTube. It's not just a television network that puts stuff out, it's the community that it supports. First thing is that your ideas have value. So before medicine, I worked in 10 years in the creative industry, basically, in advertising and as a musician. So in advertising, my ideas were my currency. The stuff I came up with helped people to take their companies or businesses or whatever it was from one place to another. And as a musician, I wrote songs and played music that lots of people would come and support. And again, they were just ideas and stories. So I take ideas seriously, and someone that just copies an idea, hasn't gone through that development process. They're just seeing the outcome of what someone's done and taking what they want for their benefit. That's why ideas are really important to make sure that they're respected. Secondly, work has value. A big part of being a doctor is academic research, or kind of any kind of science or literature. And within academia, when you use other people's work, you should credit them for it. You should reference it and acknowledge it. That doesn't mean the stuff that you're doing is less good than the stuff that's come before. And there's no obligation to take these two ideas into YouTube. All the YouTubers that I follow in the community definitely respect these two things. I mean, just this very week, this has been brought up by big YouTubers.
The strength of a community, especially a tight-knit community of creators, is people are going to be sharing things and finding empathy and support from one another, because no one else can relate to them in this world. Like you said, everyone's still figuring it out.
Everyone's so new.
And small YouTubers.
For me, YouTube is not about competition. It's about creating a community and just, notifying, my audience, which I'm very thankful that we have so many subscribers in such a short amount of time. And so I like to pay that forward. And if I see other YouTubers that have a smaller following, but they're doing good work, I want to try to highlight that.
That's because the value of YouTube in itself is everyone supporting each other and getting more people to watch on the platform. So I tried to highlight it with Dr. Mike in what I thought was a very polite message to him. So I'll read it here. Dr. Mike, just wondered why my channel is getting a little boost in traffic, and I see it's because you've done a similar video to mine. Ace man, was great fun watching. Fancy doing one together. Peace from the UK, Ed. I thought I'd turn that kind of initial thing into an opportunity for us to maybe do something together. I had some funny ideas actually. But what happened to this comment? Well, you guys can't see it anymore because either it's been marked as spam or I've been blocked from the whole channel. So this is why I'm slightly irritated, because it's one thing being inspired and taking your ideas from other people, but it's another thing then highlighting me as the issue to YouTube in terms of it's my problem, it's me spamming or causing a problem to his channel, which I personally think is not right at all. I've also emailed Dr. Mike and his team directly, both on YouTube and, as I say, as an email, and I haven't heard anything. So I kind of feel like this is my video just to draw a line under the whole thing, because I'm getting so many messages about it. I'm even getting messages saying that I ripped Dr. Mike off, and that's kind of why I wanted to put this out there, just to say, actually, this is the reality of what's happened. So I'm going to park all that kind of mild negativity, which I don't really like dealing with. I'm just going to crack on with doing what I'm doing. There's loads of positives that come out of it. I realise there's much bigger scope, there's a much bigger audience for people that I think this content will attract, which is absolutely brilliant. I feel closer to all the community that's been supporting me about it, and I thought I should practice what I preach. So what I've done in the description below, I've put links to 10 YouTubers that I really enjoy watching. So 5 YouTubers that are kind of medical related, and 5 YouTubers that I just think are great entertainment and you guys might enjoy. So maybe they'll get some subs out of it, and that's kind of a way that we can turn this message into, practice what I preach, really. Finally, I'm sure loads of people are gonna dislike this video. I mean, with Dr. Mike having millions of subscribers and it being a fairly controversial topic. However, it's much more important for me to stand up for myself and stand up for what I think is right, rather than being popular. So on that note, stay happy and stay healthy.